Hello, everyone. It's R. Allen, your favorite. No one, actually. I'm not anyone's favorite anything, I don't think. However, I'm here to address this Joey Badass situation in which we find ourselves in the hip hop community. Joey Badass gained household hip hop notoriety with a project called 1999 that he released as a teenager in the Pro Era, or affiliated with Pro Era. Shout out to Capital Steez and rest in peace to Capital Steez. 1989 was a universally acknowledged, like, instant classic when it come out. Instant underground classic. It paid homage to boom bap. It was full of NY lingo, the accents, the punchlines, the flows, the boom bap beats. It was all there. It was essentially the Illmatic of its era. This young kid comes along that was showing promise and just blew everyone out of the water. Joey Badass has not returned to that form since. Let's make that very, very fucking clear, please. He is not. The American Dadass album, or whatever the fuck it was called, I don't know what it was called. Do you guys know what it was called? It was something about badass or American something. I believe it had an American flag on the cover. It was lackluster to me. I was not a fan. 2000 was supposed to be the sequel to 99. It was good, it was better, but it was not 99. Not to me, it wasn't. It did not blow me away the way 1999 did when I heard it. 1999, when I heard it, I thought that was the best body of work that I had heard in a minute. And this is not to detract from Joey Badass's overall lyrical ability or rapping ability as a whole, because he can rap. He can absolutely rap. The problem is that what have you really done except for promise the entire hip hop community that you were the second coming of something great, and then didn't live up to that potential, and then went to go make TV shows, and then come back to diss not only the biggest artist in the world, but quite possibly the most important artist in the world, and his entire coast. Now, the resurrection of West Coast, East Coast beef, rivalry, is something to behold. Hopefully it will not escalate into the territories it did so before, in which it did so before. But who fucking knows, really? This is some potentially serious shit we're talking about. Now, my biggest qualm with all of this is that you come back and you diss an entire coast like they don't have a right to say something back. Who do you really have on your side? You alienate New York City from the rest of hip hop. You didn't make it about the East, you made it about New York. Also, what's up with your issue with West Coast anyway? Why? Too much West Coast dick licking? What about the East Coast dick licking in the 90s? How about the Southern dick licking from like 2005 to like recently? How about any of that? I'm from Virginia. We're right in the middle between the North and the South. Probably more Southern influence primarily here, but we still know artists like Jay and Nas and those guys down here. We're still supporters, a lot of us. We support boom bap. We love boom bap. Or I love boom bap. Who doesn't fucking love boom bap? If you don't like boom bap, get the fuck off my video. Now, why? Why didn't you diss Atlanta? Why didn't you diss the South? Why didn't you diss the rest of the coast? Do you support Griselda and what they do? I don't know, because those guys like Kendrick, and they support West Coast artists. They're all extremely cool with Tyler. So how does that work? I feel like Mr. Badass, you're actually alienating yourself quite a bit here. And I don't know if that's beneficial. I don't know that you have the discography, as we have mentioned, to box with a god, so to speak. Do you think you do? Do you think just because you can rap well that you can outperform Kendrick Lamar or many other West Coast artists in a beef? And that's what brings us to now. Daylight is one of the most cerebral pens in the entire game, probably ever. Those shots, Joey, those fucking shots that you sent toward Daylight, or excuse me, toward the West Coast, sorry. Those shots that he sent back, they are nothing. Better be prepared. He alluded to the fact that there is more to come at the end of the video. Don't know if he's talking about himself or perhaps Ray Vaughn, who just released a track today called, what is it, Crash Out Heritage? I don't think that you want a bunch of guys from the West Coast in the middle of this run, guys like this that really come from nothing and really have something to prove, guys that are hungry like a Ray Vaughn. I don't think you want those guys at your top, brother. I don't. I think that Ray Vaughn is actually quite fit to take this on. You ever seen the food stamp freestyle that he did where he pulled out the EBT card? He's really from the fucking trenches. I hope y'all know that. It could get serious. I don't know, Joey Badass, Mr. Badass. I am a fan of 1999 especially. I have not watched Power ever. I don't plan to. But I would strongly suggest that you rally the troops, man. You may need to rally the troops here because who knows? Absol, there's a lot of guys that could jump in this, man, and make it real ugly for you. And as nice as you are, I think that you should get the fuck out of the way, Mr. Badass. Maybe don't neglect to talk about everyone else when they're hot and then become hyper fixated and focused on a very specific location when they get hot. I think that's gonna offend a lot of people, and I think it may have already done so. So stay tuned, folks. And you, Mr. Badass, I suggest you stay tuned as well. Thank you all for listening to my rant. I am at the Logan's Roadhouse currently. I am not doing shit with my life other than making videos such as this and making my own music. Speaking of which, I empower you all to subscribe to my TikTok, however short-lived TikTok may be. It might be dead as a motherfucker very, very soon. I don't know. But you can also subscribe to my YouTube. I have some other social media platforms that I just got involved with that do not have legs yet, but if you care to know what they are and want to reach out that way, feel free to ask. Thank you, and again, Mr. Badass, please, please, please leave the fucking West Coast alone. In fact, just leave everybody alone. You're not ready.